everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will learn about prepositions. So now you will ask me, what are prepositions? So prepositions are those small words like in, on, at, etc. which often confuses you. Most of us are very confused about the usage. Sometimes we place in instead of at, so it's very confusing, I'll say. But not after this video. We will deal all about it, how to use them correctly. So technically speaking, prepositions are those words which link noun and pronouns to other words in a sentence. So now what are these nouns and pronouns? So noun is basically the name of a person, place or a thing. Anything that is a name of a person or a place or a thing is called a noun. For example, Ram and Sita can be names of persons. Of course, they are nouns. Like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta are like names of places. So they are also nouns. Desk, bench, camera, this tripod, everything is names of things. So they are also nouns. Yes. So what is pronoun now? Pronoun is the word that stands for a noun. For example, you won't be using I went out with Ram yesterday. Ram is really a nice person. Ram even told me a lot of interesting stories. So you can't keep repeating Ram, right? Instead, what do you say? I went out with Ram yesterday. He was a very nice person. He even had a lot of interesting stories. So this he, which stands for Ram, which is a name of a person, is called a pronoun. So to link a noun or pronoun to other words in a sentence, we use prepositions. So prepositions usually indicate time, place or location. The bad news here is you need to memorize or you need to learn a few rules regarding the preposition to get them right. There is another way also. If you repeatedly listen to people, native English speakers, so then it will naturally come to you. As that is not an option with us, we will today learn about a few rules to follow to get our prepositions right. So first we will start with prepositions of time. Okay. So the first preposition that we have is in. So in is basically used to indicate larger period of time. We are dealing with prepositions of time, in that our first preposition is in. Where we use in is used to indicate larger period of time. Okay, like months, seasons, years, time of the day or century. I'll give you example for each of it. Months. You will say in August. Okay, my exams are in August. His wedding is in December. Christmas comes in December. My birthday is in August. So like that. To indicate a larger period of time, like months and seasons. So Christmas comes in winter and Holi comes in summer. So like that. Okay. So always remember, with months and with season, what comes before? In comes before. So next one is years. I was born in. When you are born or you are indicating some kind of years, you use in. India got independence in the year 1947. India became a republic in the year 1950. Okay. The First World War happened in the year 1914. Okay. So like that it goes. Before a year you use in, as well as before centuries. Like the Industrial Revolution started in the it's mid or late 18th century. I think it is the late 18th century. We are dealing with English classes, so please excuse me if I'm wrong with the thing. So Industrial Revolution started in the late 18th century. Okay. Then you can say in the 19th century, people were using steam engines. Or in the 20th century, we are like very modern. Like when you are talking about century, you can use in. Okay. So another time when you use in is time of the day. Okay. I will meet you in the evening. I had an exam in the afternoon. Okay. So in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, we use time of the day. When we talk about, we use in. So that is it. Whenever you are using, it's kind of a tip to remember. When you are talking about a larger period of time, just use in. Larger period as in you're talking about years, you're talking about century, you're talking about months, you're talking about seasons, etc. You use in. So our second preposition is at, which also indicate. When we use at is used to talk about particular period of time. Okay, larger period of time we use in, and particular period of time we use at. Okay, so first instance is time of the day. Time of the day as in particularly you're talking about time of the day. Like in the morning is a general thing. When in the morning, you're not sure. Morning starts 6 in the morning to like probably 11, 12 since it is the afternoon. So in that, if you're particularly telling, in is not used, at is used. I will meet you at 12:30 in the afternoon. At 12:30 in the afternoon, where we use both the preposition in the morning, in the afternoon, which is a larger period of time, in which the specific time at 12:30 we use by at. Okay. So the next is a noon, night and midnight. We use in the morning, in the evening, but we use at night. This you have to remember a bit. For morning, afternoon and evening, we use in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. Okay. But we use at night, at noon and at midnight. 3 instances you use at noon, because noon is usually at the period that 12 to that period. So it's a very particular little period of time. So we use at. Okay. So at noon, at midnight. So midnight, at midnight is also a small period of time, and at night. In general, we use in for like in morning, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. So in this period only, we have morning to evening, we have a period called noon. We use at noon. We also have midnight. We have at midnight. And we use at night. Okay. The name of meals also we indicate by at. Like I met my friend at the breakfast table. So at breakfast, at lunch, at dinner. Okay. We also use at to indicate age. I learned English at the age of like 8, 9 or whatever age. I learned violin at the age of 12. Okay. I graduated at the age of 20. So like that also you can use. Now we have the preposition on. When we use on to indicate days, like on Friday, on Monday. Okay. The exam is on Monday. I have a meeting scheduled on Tuesday, something like that. Since the preposition since we use to indicate an action which is happening since a period of time. Okay. I am working with this company since 2015. I am working with this company since 2015. Or I am a student of sociology since 2016. Or I started doing videos since 2021. So like that. Since is like to indicate a point where a thing is started. A point where something started. That point is usually indicated by since. Last preposition of time is by. By, we usually use by to indicate a due period or due date. Okay. I have to submit this by Monday, or I have to submit this by 18th of this month or something like that. So by is basically used to indicate a deadline or a due date. Okay. So now we will deal with preposition of place as well as locations. Okay, preposition which indicate places and locations. The first one is in. So when we will use in is used to represent something is inside. Okay, something is inside, then we use in. Okay, he is in the car. He is in the class. Okay, in bed. We don't say on bed. We'll say in bed. Okay, when something, if you're inside, then you say in. Just remember this. Inside is in. Okay. So the next is at. At is used for specific events, like at the concert, at the party. At is used for specific events, like at the party, at the concert. Okay. At specific place, like at the library, at the church, at the school, like that. Okay, at is also used for places where you usually go, like I was at school, or I was at office, I was at the church on a Sunday evening, like that. So our next thing is on. On is used to indicate when something is on top of some other thing. Okay. When something is on top of something, we use on. Okay. When something is inside something, we use in. Okay. And when you're just simply sitting on a bed, what you will say, in bed or on bed. When you're simply just sitting on a bed, you will say on the bed. If you're sleeping, or then you say you are in bed. If you're sleeping, you say you are in bed. If you're just sitting on the bed, you will say I am on the bed. Okay. The cat is on the table, or the crow is sitting on the car. Okay. Something is on top of something, then we will say on. Okay. And okay. Another instance is like, you say on certain side, like on your left, on your right. These are the instances use on. Public transport. If you are taking the bus back home, you will say I was on the bus. I was on the bus when I got the call. To use or to indicate that you are traveling on a public transport, that time also you can say on. Okay. Television or radio. He is on that particular show. He is on that particular show. Any show of your choice. Okay. Then you will say on. So next preposition is to. If you're going to a particular place, if you are going to a particular place, you will use the preposition to. Going to a place. I am going to school. I am going to the bus station. I am going to the airport. So going to a particular place, you use to. From. From is used to indicate the originating place. I am coming from. I am coming from. And also from where you belong to. Okay. I am from India. So where you belong to, or from where you are coming from. That also you use. Basically to indicate the originating place. Maybe from where you originate or where you journey originate. For that we use the preposition from. Between. Between is used to indicate when you are in between two things or two people. I was in between Ram and Shyam. Okay. I was in between the bus and the car. Okay. So when you are in the middle of two things or two people, you use. So we were talking about different kinds of prepositions of time, prepositions of locations or places. And we talked about how the basic rules to use these prepositions. And please do watch the video carefully. And if you have any doubts, please comment down in the description, in the comment section. So I will definitely address to you. And for you, I will be giving you some questions in the description box. Please do attempt them to understand how far you understood this video, or how far you will be able to handle prepositions. Okay. So two things you have to do. One is listen to the video very carefully. If you do have any doubts, let me know. I will address to them, and then questions will be there. Please do attempt them. and do a self-evaluation. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has been, please like, share with your friends, and consider subscribing to this channel. That's all about today's lesson, guys. Bye. See you with another lesson.